the video, folks. This is from the live stream. Jane goes crazy. But he's totally unhinged. He totally gets triggered with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris being the candidate, take over Joe Biden. He's totally triggered. I mean, she's not the worst candidate. And there's polls that other Democrats, and she polls well just like any other Democrat. I mean, sure, she's a corporate Democrat, but she polls just as well as any other corporate Democrat, even Whitmer, the Michigan governor. I think they should choose Whitmer if Biden drops out. But this guy hates Kamala Harris so much, I guess. I mean, she's terrible, but I don't think she's that bad. Like, she's the worst candidate of all time. It's crazy. I mean, these people they just want to, like, they don't want any black candidate to run, I guess. Okay, I'm making an accusation, kind of racial accusation. And they're saying that another thing, they're saying that Biden is courting the black vote because he's doing identity politics. So if you criticize Biden, that means you're racist because he's getting the black vote. I mean, if you criticize him, that means you don't like black people and you're getting the black vote. I don't understand. Totally nonsense. It's crazy. These guys are they do nonsense. Everything's identity politics. So if you do the black vote, you're trying to get the black vote. He's trying to support his. I mean, he's trying to keep his black votes. The black vote. So that's identity politics. Black people. He's trying to keep part of his base. You dumb assholes.
So by the end, nobody's gonna vote for him. You're gonna have RFK Jr. come in second. So, okay, but go ahead, dead enders. But anyway,
now he wants RFK Jr. to run. RFK Jr. is an independent, so I guess he would go back in the Democratic Party. What a disaster that is. Maybe he could win Trump. He could beat Trump, maybe. But he's terrible policies. This guy is a maniac. The RFK Jr. is a maniac.
I appreciate you, brother. I do. But be careful how you vote. By the way, then me24 says they're very upset. Your analysis of a swap out is seriously coming across as misogyny. Wait, what? And self-righteous. Kamala's the only possible swap. AOC is correct. They know strategy. You're vile and viciously attacking our side. Who's our side?
So AOC wants Kamala. Okay. I wouldn't say misogynist, but it's I wouldn't say misogynist, but I think the commentator is right. See, Jane gets dragged for this.
The idiots who want to lose to Donald Trump is our side? Okay? And it's misogynistic to say that Joe Biden should leave the race?
Let me explain.
And by the way, hold on. No. I need to explain this.
Okay.
Kamala Harris is not entitled to be crowned Queen of America. That's not how a democracy works.
Nobody said she's entitled to it. No one is saying that. I mean, but a lot of people want Kamala Harris because she's on the ticket. It's easier for her. It's easy to run because she takes over the ticket. It's easier. It's gonna be a harder person. It's harder, and she could get the money. Like, she has the money right now. She has the money. She can get money easily now. See, whoever comes into the race, it's gonna be harder for them to get money. That's the thing. That's why a lot of people want her to take over, right? I mean, but why is he getting so unhinged? He hates Kamala Harris so much. I know this guy is an RBN hater too, but I think she has as good a chance as any other Democrat. I think. But because there was polls taken, and she'll get all, I think she'll get the white suburban voters. The only thing she won't get is the black voters. That's the thing. Will she get the black voters? I don't think she'll get the black voters. That's the thing. But she's not as bad as any other Democrat. I mean, he's so totally unhinged. I mean, he hates her so much. He doesn't want another black candidate. So he hates Obama so much. These people, Chink and Anna, hate Obama. So he doesn't want any other black candidates anymore. Just like in California, he didn't support Barbie Lee, the progressive, in the primary, Democratic primary. And the black woman didn't support her, support the other corporate Democrat, white woman. They really think about, they really care about, well, he doesn't care about affirmative action anyways. He wants just all white, I guess. These people are so prejudiced. But if you're gonna let it play on, this goes more crazy.
If you say, oh yeah, did you know that she's a woman and an African American and an Asian American? That is not an argument for why she would be best president. That's an argument about your feelings.
No one is saying that.
That is not an argument for why she would be best president. That's an argument about your feelings.
I'm having trouble with this thing. Let's go forward a bit.
No, you must pick Kamala Harris. Well, then you're not interested. So, no, I don't accept your criticism at all. You're one
identity in order to force their preference onto everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pathetic. It's actually incredibly misogynistic to argue that you can
identity. It's all about identity. So it's all about DEI to you guys. You guys are so anti-DEI that you don't want. So it only could be a white woman could run, I guess. I guess it only could be a white woman. Yep, only a white woman. It's okay. But you're right. It should be the best candidate. To me, I think Whitmer would be a better candidate. But they could get if they want to really. But what if it was a progressive black woman? These guys would still be against it.
can't critique a woman because you actually happen to agree with that woman, but we disagree. We're allowed to argue and debate the points that other people are making, regardless of what their identity is. Get out of here with this identitarianism garbage, okay? That has been the destruction of this country. That has led to the division in this country.
Oh, really? Identitarianism, really? Now, you guys do it all the time. How about white identity politics? I mean, you seen the black folks do it? I mean, the white, I don't know if this person's white or black in the commentary. I mean, you guys do it a lot. You do it too, Miss Anna Kasparian. White feminists, your abortion, culture war.
And I totally reject it. What he said or she said is incredibly misogynistic. Really? You can't criticize a woman because she's a woman?
What, do we have to treat her delicately because she's a woman?
Come on.
No, you're running for president. We get to criticize you and have an adult conversation about it. Imagine if I did something that absurd. It has to be someone Turkish. If it's not someone Turkish, I'm not voting for them. Don't be ridiculous. Be Kind Dragon says you're amazing. Thank you. And Pierce Linville says thank you, Jankinana, for speaking the truth.
When said the caller didn't say, or the commentator didn't say, had to be a woman. He said it should be Kamala Harris, because she already has an advantage with the money and everything, and she's established there. Everybody knows her. That's what he's saying. That's what the caller is saying, or whatever, the commentator. I mean, he's twisted it around. Like, he didn't say it had to be a woman. I mean, it had to be her. Or it should be her, because but she's not entitled to it. No one's saying that. I don't think he's saying he's entitled to it. He just twisted the caller's or commentator's word.
I'm buying a Jank for President bumper sticker.
Let's forward this, folks. That's a break.
Enjoyed listening to your channel. I really appreciate your honest candor and sincerity. I can tell how much you all care about our great country, as do I. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Mr. Chris. Now, why am I saying that, guys? Why am I reading that to you? Not because, oh, we like Trump now, we're happy to have Trump. Because look, when you're honest, people actually listen to you. When you do robotic talking points propaganda, they shut off and they don't listen to you.
Or more importantly, when you just work to
And
provide...
when you do this bullshit, you do cosplay as a so-called leftist channel. That really hurts too. And this garbage. I don't know about that.
cover for your preferred political party and pretend like they have no flaws or missteps?
You political party, you cover for the Democrats all the time. I mean, well, Jink does. You cover for the Democrats all the time. And you're just, I mean, you're in the blue team. You're still in the blue team. You're full of crap.
People lose trust
That's
in
why
you.
you don't watch these guys anymore. Garbage. Let's forward this a little bit.
Any other show on the left or any other show in mainstream media, essentially the same questions, both in honest from day one, whether it's our side or not our side, because it's not going to help you to lie to your audience.
I'm going to forward this, folks. Let me see. This is going to say that they're going to make a ridiculous statement. Watch. Let's see them.
Essentially the same questions, both interviews about accomplishments, progress in your respective state, what's at stake in the election, what he has to say about his debate performance, and what he would say to voters who think their vote doesn't matter or might sit this election out. Were those questions given to you by the White House, or did you have, or the campaign, or did you have to submit questions ahead of this interview?
The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved them.
I think they're trying to get them.
Well, that admission got her fired as the host of the radio show titled The Source. And here's more of what Andrea Lawful Sanders told CNN host Victor Blackwell about what the production process was prior to her interview with Joe Biden.
The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved them.
Okay, so the White House sent the questions to you ahead of the interview.
Yes.
Okay.
I got several questions, 8 of them, and the 4 that were chosen were the ones that I approved.
Okay, and the reason I ask is not a criticism of either view. It's just that if the White House is trying now to prove the vim, vigor, acuity of the president, I don't know how they do that by sending questions first before the interview so that the president knows what's coming.
And Blackwell is totally right about that. And I appreciate that he was willing to ask that question. And I appreciate that Lawful Sanders was willing to be honest about what this process was like and how she was literally fed questions by the Biden White House ahead of her interview with Biden. Now, the gentleman that you see on that video, next to Blackwell is a gentleman by the name of Earl Ingram. He also has a radio show. He also interviewed Joe Biden, and he asked very similar questions, which is what kind of made Blackwell wonder, okay, well, since they asked similar questions, were they both fed questions from the White House? And that turned out to be true. Ingram said, quote, yes, I was given some questions for Biden. Ingram said he was given 5 questions and asked Biden 4 of them, according to the outlet. I didn't get a chance to ask him all the things I wanted to ask, he said. And that's how the interview worked, right? It was very pre-planned, and the Biden White House wants to control the narrative and the interview as much as possible because he's experiencing significant cognitive decline. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, so there's a number of other things here that you might not know if you don't work in media. First of all, did you wonder why is he doing these tiny little interviews with radio shows that nobody's ever heard of? Well, that's not an accident. He thinks the smaller the show, it's not a disrespect to the host. We all started somewhere, right? The smaller the show, the more leverage they have over the show. Because that person is going to get an enormous amount of attention and fame, and it's going to help their career. So they don't have the leverage to say no to Joe Biden. So if you go to a major outlet and you say, here's the questions I want you to ask, they say no. You go to a smaller place, they go, yes, sir, thank you, sir. So that happens way more often than you realize, okay? Number 2, they went to black radio because they think that's the only demographic he's still polling well in.
He's going to make a ridiculous statement. What a ridiculous statement he's going to make, watch.
And they want to use it as a shield, as I explained earlier in the show, so that if you say Joe Biden should drop out, they're going to say, racist. Why? I was just on black radio. So, they love me. Black people. And Joe Biden then went on Morning Joe and said, oh, yeah, I went and the church is in Philadelphia. Because they went.
So if he drops out. So if Joe Biden drops out, I mean, he's forced out, and he's gonna say he's gonna call them a racist, call the people who want him to drop out a racist, because he's voting he gets support from black voters or the black community. And what he said earlier, or the black congressional Congress support him. That's what he's talking about, the statement. He said that if he drops out, then they're going to say they're going to use it as a racist, the Biden camp. I mean, they're doing this. They want to support. They want to keep their base. The black people is their Democratic base. That's all I see it as. It's nonsense. No one's gonna call them racist. Stupid. All this anti-black, everything's racist to Jink, I guess. Everything's anti-black. It's a reverse racism theme. Like I said it before, folks. I did a video on this. So she's using reverse racism. I mean, it's like Kamala Harris. Oh, she can't run. Kamala Harris can't run because it's be like DEI, I guess. She's not the best. It's like DEI to them. I mean, I don't think they really care about the best candidate. I think these people think they really think that they don't want a black person to run, I think. Yeah. I don't know. These people are they're anti-black racism going on here. I don't know, folks.
To a church
right.
Was a black church. They love me, so they're trying to imply that you're racist if you don't agree with them. Now,
this is ridiculous. Come on. So if he drops out, if he forced out, but he got all the black supporters, so he is a racist. I mean, the black churches. So that means you're racist then. Man, no one's gonna. That's garbage. They're not gonna. If they do that, that's stupid. They use that theme. The black churches are. I mean, the black churches are not gonna. They're supporting. They're supporting Biden, and certain black churches. But a lot of black people, I mean, they're not supporting the Democratic Party anyways. They're just going to stay home. So it's not going to be a big deal. They're not, if they do use this, they're not going to say he's racist. I mean, they're going to say they're racist. People, they're going to call people racist. That's the thing. That's garbage. That's why I made this video.
We get requests like
I mean,
this.
they get,
Not all the time, but fairly regularly.
Right.
And over the last, 2 decades, over 2 decades that we've been doing this, I got this request so many times, you'd be shocked.
Right.
And a lot of people think, what? This is how you do it. I'm going to give you the questions, you're going to ask me, and we're going to pretend.
Yeah, no.
And we don't play that.
No, we don't.
And it drives them crazy. That's why I tell people all the time, I don't care if there's a lot of guests. I don't need them for the show to be interesting, and I'm never ever going to sell out for access.
No, I mean, Jake, I'm sorry, but I personally got into this industry because I like journalism. I like asking tough questions when I have the opportunity to. If I wanted to be a publicist, if I wanted to do PR for politicians, I would be a PR person, but I'm not. Okay? And I get it. Like a lot of radio shows, a lot of,
Hey folks, I'm not going to end this video now. I just wanted to show you about Kamala Harris and the so-called racism thing they're saying. So they're calling the Biden people, say they're using race. People's gonna call them racism. Isn't garbage, folks. Totally garbage. I think the Biden people, they're trying to support their base. Well, after Trump, Trump does the same thing then. He's using black people get votes, trying to get the black vote, doing a so-called town hall meeting with black people. It's mostly white. I mean, PR stunt. So they both do it. They both do it. The Republicans do it too. The identity politics. I mean, both sides do it. Both sides do it. Identity politics. It's not a big deal. No one's gonna call them racist. They're not gonna call them racist. They're trying to get their base. I feel like they're trying to hold their base because everybody else is Latino voters, women, and the white women vote. They're probably losing to Trump too. So that's why. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna end this video. That's why I don't watch this show that much anymore, folks. I'm out, folks.